Hello fellow coaches, this is QuezWorldTV coming at you with another tutorial video on advanced play for Strat-O-Matic Basketball. Today I just wanted to talk about the parts of a card. Basically there are three cards you're going to be looking at while playing the game. From the action deck card that tells you what is happening or what may happen within a game, to the actual player's card, to the actual team defense card of a particular team. Basically, you're going to be laying out these cards. Each team is going to put out 5 players, anywhere from a left guard to a right guard, as well as a left forward, right forward, and a center. With that said, there is 60 cards of what you call the action deck that look like those, and they will be getting flipped every second of the game, so the pace of the game is being handled. So you can do anything from an individual control of a player. It will say passing to another player. It will tell you about fast breaks. It will tell you about rebounds. It will tell you about what type of shot is being taken. So those cards are very important. So just wanted to tell you the parts of the card to familiarize yourself on what you're going to be looking at throughout the game. So let's start out with the action card first. The action card always has on the left-hand side, it has a home box, has a visitor box. It will have a press reading. It will have a control section, press, normal, fast break. It will always have a number at the bottom left-hand corner that you're going to be using for various different things. We'll get to that in a second. It has a rebounding column on how rebounds are taking place. And then it has a fast break information box that tells you who the assist came from, if there was an assist, or fast break defender that was defending on the play. So, excuse me. So, with that said, on the action deck, let's just say you always start out with who is controlling the ball. The control section tells you who has the ball at any given time. Always and default is the normal section of play. So in this case, the normal control on this play is the right guard. Let's just say, I don't know, let's say we're using New Jersey. So let's say Jason Kidd is coming down with the ball. He's the right guard at the moment. And then there's information that tells you what type of shot or what you're looking on the defense, and what is happening on the particular play. It tells you a fast break. It could tell you, let's just say you're playing a fast break offense. It tells you left guard pass to right guard. So now you know that the left guard is coming down with the ball. He's passing to the right guard. And then you got to look up information on see if that play is a made basket, if there's a steal, turnover, what may have you in that. There's also on the card about when shots are missed, what type of rebounds are occurring. You're going to be looking at that section a lot in reference to missed shots and rebounds, whether it's on the foul line, three-point shots, regular shots. Sometimes there's a press being handled by a team against another team. You're going to be looking at that section if there's a press going on, and various different numbers that you're going to be looking at in columns as you see here. But that's basically what you're looking at as the action deck. There's 60 of these, and those action deck cards are basically the flow of the game. 60 cards represents 12 minutes of time within a quarter. And there was another video that I have posted, and feel free to look at that in regards to the time of a quarter. It will, give you the information on that. But 12 minutes per quarter, and these cards will be flipping always, and you'll see how the flow of the game is going. So with that action card, there are these are player cards. In this case, this is Keith Van Horn of the 2001 2002 New Jersey Nets. I believe they went to the finals that year. Almost positive they did. And this is Keith Van Horn. He's one of my favorite players. Always liked the high socks, so we're going to be using him today. And I also brought out the defensive card of his team to show you as well. So the player cards will have various different information on them. We'll tell you the name, the team, his personal information, height, weight, his statistics for that particular year that the card is based on. Let's start off with these 4 columns right here. The columns are represented by O, which is outside for a shot, P for penetration type shot, that's driving to the basket, an inside shot, this is when they're posting up or they're close to the basket, and then you also have a fast break column when they're in a fast break particular play. All of these numbers here are based on a 6-sided die, and you're going to be rolling 2 of them. So basically, there are 3 die that you're going to be using when in this game. And these are the die here. And you roll these constantly, and the black die would tell you various different sections that you're going to be looking at on these particular cards. Just to recap, I did a video on the type of rolls with the black die and the 6-sided dice. Real quick, the blank die would tell you to look in these 4 columns on the player's card offensively. The D on the black die would tell you to look on the defensive card of the defensive team. And then the X of the black die would actually tell you the X column of the defensive player's card. So please look at that video if you want more information on that. But I do have a tutorial video on that already posted up. Also here, you're going to be seeing his foul shooting rating. Foul shooting is based on 2 6-sided die. In this case, if you roll a 2 through an 8 or a 10 on those 6-sided die, the foul shot is good. If you roll anything else, it's going to be bad. It's going to be a miss. There is also an assist rating here. Now, Keith Van Horn doesn't have an assist rating, but let's take a look at Magic Johnson real quick, LA Lakers of the 90-91 team. As you can see there, he has a right guard 4. As you can see there, sorry for the focus there, but he has a right guard 4. That comes into play when your assist rating comes on the action deck. As you can see here, it says assist, right guard, center, but sometimes you have a assist rating with a number. As you can see there, it says center 1, right guard 4. That's where those assist ratings come out on Magic Johnson, top left-hand corner. It says RG4. So, not to get into it too much, but there is assist information, assist rules that you go through. But that's where that comes into play to see who gets the assist on a particular play. But that's going to be another video for another time. You also have a block rating. This has to do with the inside man who's positioned as your inside man, as your blocker guy, like Shaquille O'Neal, David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon, those big-time block guys. There's a rating for them. So now Keith Van Horn could be placed as an inside man to go for a block. And this number here can be anywhere from just a 1 to a 1 through 20. And that number comes down to the number in the bottom left-hand corner of the last discarded action card. So if we had to look at that, let's just say this was the last discarded card. Oh, we have to look at the inside man's block rating. Oh, it's a 3. Keith Van Horn is inside. Beautiful. He blocks the shot. And there are various different information like that. This number on the action card is very important. So there's block ratings here. 3-point shooting information here. In this case, 3-point shooting. And this is based on 2 6-sided die. If you roll a 2 through 5 or a 12, the 3-pointer is good. Anything else other than an 11 would be a no good shot. But an 11, excuse me, this is something new for later teams in Strat-O-Matic. I think after late 90s is a three-point replay. Basically, what happens is that the three-point shot play broke down and they had to reset. So it's like them just bringing the ball to the top of the key and resetting the play. So it would be a three-point replay. So you have that. You have the shooting number to rating to a particular player. This can go anywhere from 0 to 3. I don't recall seeing a 4 or more, but 0 to 3. This is, you know, the ranking of who takes players in order, or who takes shots in order. For instance, Michael Jordan would be a 3. He takes most of the shots. Keith Van Horn is a 1. So he takes shots, but not as much as Michael Jordan, let's say. So you'll see 3, 2, 1, 0. I'll give you a 0 card real quick. Let's, where's Magic? As you can see, Magic Johnson is a 0 right there in the top. He doesn't take shots as much as, let's say, like a James Worthy would. James Worthy, as you can see here, James Worthy on that team is a 2. So Magic was more like an assist guy, of course, and he would go ahead and be passing to James, who would be taking a lot more of the shots. So in this game, it tells you, you know, inside shot for shooting rating of 1 or better, things like that. Outside shot for a 3 or more shooting range, rating. So things like that. So that comes into play. You also have, excuse me, the focus went out of focus here. Let's see if I can set that up real quick. Come on, there we go. We have the shooting tendency of the player. Shooting tendency tells you what they normally would take shots as. An I would be he can be positioned inside, and he takes inside shots. The stars on the side can range from a 1 star to 5 stars. Yeah, 5 stars. The 1 star is strictly an outside shooter. The 2 stars would be he is outside shooter but takes penetration shots on a, you know, a little bit here and there. 3 stars would be a balance. He takes outside and penetration shots equally. You would have 4 stars. He was mostly a penetrator, but he takes a couple of outside shots. And then you got 5 stars, which is just a strict penetration player. And that's that. So you're going to be looking at that, using that from time to time. You also have rebounding information. As you can see here on the rebounding, it says any defensive player, 7 or more. And if you look at a defense, let's just say he's playing right forward. Oh, 7 or more, he's a 30. He would get that rebound. Let's just say he's playing a left forward at the time, and it says a 5. So he wouldn't get the rebound because it says 7 or more. So these ratings come into play for offensive and defensive rebounding. You also have a passing column. How well does he pass? What does he do? You have stolen, turnover. Dazzle would be an automatic assist play. He made, I don't know, Dazzle could be like, yo, he passes somebody and the guy dunked. He passes somebody, he did an up and under. So Dazzle would be an automatic basket pass. Open position shot. So whoever you pass to would get an open shot from their particular position that they're positioned. You have just a regular, not open position shot. In this case, you also have a fast break passing. As you can see, passing, and these are the 2 columns. In a fast break of passing, this is what the things would be. You would see turnover by the left forward, turnover by the center. It could be stolen, turnover. As you can see here, a fast break, Keith Van Horn can't pass to nobody. Literally, there's just nobody on the court, even though there's 4 other players, and he's just passing to someone. I think he's passing to the vendor. But he turns it over a lot. He turns it over here. But there is also a dazzle, which is a made basket, and a fast break shot, which would be any type of shot on a fast break. So that's what the fast break column would be. You also have a defense column when Keith Van Horn is playing defense. There's also numbers here. that would be, look, sometimes you would see like, let's just say make believe New Jersey is playing opponent. Somebody, the visiting team, let's just say it's the right guard. And I'm just using this. You would be looking at the information from the previous card. But let's just make believe the right guard was taking a shot. And it says opponent defense 43. Let's make believe Keith Van Horn was covering him. You go 43 down in the defense column, 38 to 45. So that's where it would be. Pass to any +1 shooter for position shot. And when I say shooter, it's all known that it says pass to any +1, which is the shooting range. That's where that comes into play. So let's just say someone was passing to Keith Van Horn because they got this particular reading. Oh, Keith Van Horn is a 1. You can pick him to take the shot. Like that Magic Johnson card, right? He was a 0, so you couldn't pick Magic Johnson to take a shot. So that's a various different information that you're going to be seeing in the defense column. How well of a particular defender this particular player is. Turnover, position shot, pass to any +1 shooter. This is where Keith Van Horn fouls someone, 37 through 34 to 37. He's just this could be a non-shooting foul. He just fouled the guy. There was no shot on the play. You also got another pass one to +1 shooter for shot, and then you also have steal within the defense. You have the X column. The X column is spoken about in another tutorial video on rolling dice. This is also how well Keith Van Horn plays against his opponent. Good shots, block shots, and so on and so forth. So that's a player's card on what they have. Also, and lastly, on the player's card, they also have rest. Keith Van Horn has to rest 12 minutes within a game. If he doesn't, anytime, let's just say in the fourth quarter, when the fourth quarter comes, there's 12 minutes left. If he hasn't rested his 12 minutes by then, let's just say, for instance, Keith Van Horn hasn't rested a game. He played 36 minutes so far. Fourth quarter comes. Once the time starts, he is now fatigued because he hasn't rested the 12 minutes up until that point. There are times where Keith Van Horn in the second quarter, he rests for 3 minutes. The third quarter, he rests for another 3 minutes. So he has 6 minutes. He has to rest 12 minutes within a game. And then there's rules to... he may be tired and his shots are a little bit different. Some of this would be decreased in some way. But that, again, not to get too much into that ruling, that's what basically that rest means there. So that's a player's card and what things mean within there. Each team has a defensive card and how well as a team they play defense, how well they help out. And on the card, you're going to see there's always 5 columns. You have offense, penetration, inside, fast break, and 3-point shots. 3-point part is in another video on rolling dice. But when you roll a D on the black die and it's a 3-pointer, you will look on the defensive card. Various different information on here on what things mean. I'll get to that in a second. But this is a defensive card, just like the offensive card, on what they have on various different shots that they make. So just to look in here, what things mean. A foul 2 means that there was a personal foul and 2 shots from the line. If you get a blank reading like this, that means the shot is no good, regardless of whether it's it was open or not. Whenever you get an O like this by itself, that means if it was an open shot, it would be good. If it's not open, it would be a missed shot. Then you have kind of like numbered symbols. Like this is an X, 1 through 4. So that means an X, right? It would be good if the 2-sided die, remember, you're going to be rolling these 2 dice here, right? So if the 2 6-sided die was a 1 through... oh, excuse me. I apologize. Let's rephrase that, ladies and gentlemen. I apologize. That was incorrect. The number at the bottom of the last discarded card would tell you if that shot is made or not. So in this case, let's say this is the last discarded card. Oh, it's a shot. It would be good if it's a 1 through 4. In this case, it would be a 3. The shot is good. If this was a 5 through 20, that shot would be no good. So anytime on the offensive card like that, you would look at the last discarded card for the number, and then it would tell you. X straight up would be a made shot, whether it's open or not, it would be a made shot. Sometimes, again, you have an open shot with a number, as you can see here, 1 through 14. If the shot was open and this number here fell in that range, it would be good. But because this says an O, any regular shot not open would automatically be no good. You also have BL always in the 9th box of the penetration and inside. This is a no good. It's a shot that's no good automatically, but it's a possible to be blocked by your inside man. There are rules based on that. That's for another video. I will explain that and do that video at some point. And that's it. As you can see, there's T for turnover in some spots. Sometimes you even have an X plus 1. So again, you guys know what that means. That's an and 1. He made the basket, and he gets a foul shot because he made the basket. So those are some of the symbols that you see here. As you know, the only other symbol you're going to see in these boxes would be an R. The R would stand for, and I'll take a card real quick here. As you can see here on, who's this? This is Todd McCullen. You see here in the 7 and the 6, it's an R. That would be a replay. That would be a replay. That would be basically a play that broke down and they had to reset. Again, as I said in other videos, 3 replays in a row when a particular play is happening. It is a 24-second violation, and then the other team would get the play, and then you would look at the last discarded card for control. A little bit too much information there, but again, 3 replays in a row would be a 24-second violation. Going back to the defensive card, you have other things like offensive foul. Again, as you can see, the split numbers would go to the number at the bottom of the last discarded card. And then in every defensive card, penetration and inside, you're always going to see inside block rating. As we talked about Keith Van Horn with the block 1 to 3 here rating, most of the time, a team would always have some sort of guy that's going to come, you know, a blocker, like say Shaquille O'Neal is always going to be on the prowl to block somebody's shot. So they're going to come and help out their other teammate to block someone else's shot. And there is a rule for this. As I said, let's just say Keith Van Horn was the inside guy. Someone took a penetrating shot and you rolled a D7. D would go on the defensive card. 7, you would go to his block rating because he is the inside block man, and you would go to the last discarded card. Boom, it was a 3. He blocked the guy's shot, and there was be a rebound, and so on and so forth. But there are rules to that, which I will make another video and talk about inside block rating and men on some more information on that to come. So that's basically what you're looking at, the 3 cards. I'm looking at the time here. I see it's almost 24 minutes in length. So I just wanted to go over that. It's a quick just to talk about what things mean. When you see, what does a T mean? What does an F1 mean? For the rule book. So, and that's it. That is what you're going to see on these various different cards. I hope this helps you out. And that's it. Have a great day, guys. QuezWorldTV on the out. Bye-bye.